So what I always suggest when you're prepping your palette, always start with a smaller amount. A lot of people think you have to squeeze a ton. If you know you like the color and you're creating a palette like I did, like in one of these, like where it's like you're going to be your palette, of course you add more paint to it, right? But if you were just creating like a design that you don't know that you need to reuse the color, especially if I'm doing it on like a disposable one, I try not to put as much on it because I don't want to waste it if I don't use it all, right? So my thing is always, you can always go back and add more. So let's start with rose, so that's a pink color. And I always start at like a top or side, whatever's comfortable for you. Me being a left-handed painter, I never put anything really like right on the right edge. I always put it either on the top or towards the left. So if you are a right-handed painter, you probably put yours more on the top or on the right side, okay? So I just put a little dollop like that, okay? If, again, you're filling a palette, it's different. You can put a little bit more, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. So this is, if you don't have the kit, then you would use more of like a pink color. So this is called rose. Then we have Scarlet Lake, which is like a red. So I'm just going to call, for the sake of it, through the workshop, pink, red. Okay, so I leave a little gap just to give it some space when I mix. I'm going to put violet, so a purple, like a violet. I like to keep yellow a little bit more separate. So we're going to be using, this one is called like gamboge or something, and then this one's cadmium yellow. So this gamboge, or however you say it, it's more of a warm yellow. They're super similar, like it's like they added a little more warmth. Like normally in different sets, you can tell like, so this is kind of like a yellow golden deep, and then this is again a cad yellow. Let's do a white. So I'm going to put the white kind of up in this corner. Let's get our ultramarine blue. Then we have our light green. This light green is bright grass. And then this one is called a deep green. And it's a little bit more like sappy, kind of viridian. It's also a little bit cooler. So if you did get the kit, there are a few colors we won't be using. We won't be using black, we won't be using brown, and we won't be using the Prussian blue. So I'm going to put this palette off to my left. If you're a right-handed painter, put it off to your right. Let me actually show you kind of how I color swatch. So I'm going to put my paint over to the side a little, so if I need to get more, it will be accessible for me. So taking your number 2, and say you have other watercolor brushes, you can always swatch with different brushes if you want, but if you only have this one, then use your number 2. So what I do is I make sure that my brush is nice and wet, the bristles. So I really put it down in the water. I don't just use the tip of the brush because you have to think about watercolor and it's all about the flow of water with paint. If you were just using the tip of the brush to get wet, then the tip of the brush will only be the thing that has water, right? So you won't get a flow. You'll get a lot of spaces. It will be hard to like move the brush on the paper. So just hit it up against the side to get those bristles nice and wet. So let's start swatching. I'm going to start with my pink up here. So what I like to do when I have tube paint like this, I like to pull the color out. So I have to go back and forth between my water because this is considered kind of like a semi-moist paint. And what that means is that it needs to be re-wet, right? To create like the watercolor. So I like to pull the color like this, go back to the water, just to water it down. What I'm aiming for is kind of like a mid-tone of the color. And what that means is if I were to go straight into the palette and put it on the swatch, that would be like the deepest the color will ever be alone, like by itself, right? The more water that I add to it, the lighter or brighter, I want to say brighter, the color can be. Because, for example, it's a word to say dark or light because, for example, this yellow is not dark, right? But when you're using the purest form, it's just, I like to say deeper. So I don't, it's like a term with painting that like I don't want to confuse you with, but hopefully you get the idea. When you're using the purest form, it's the deepest form of that paint color that you can get when it's like the least watered down. Okay, so again, I'm just trying to find like a mid-tone. The more water I add to it, the lighter it will be, or the brighter it will be, like I was saying. So notice how I'm even putting the color in the brush. I'm not using the tip. Again, like nothing will get in there. Really using the side to get that color in there. Okay. And then I use the side of my brush just to create a swatch. I don't use the tip. I want you guys to get the feeling of a flow of watercolor as opposed to really just creating a ton of little marks. So for example, if you're inclined to like go like this, try not to do that. Really try to use the side of your brush and then lift. If I wanted to get a deeper color, I would add a little bit more paint to my brush. Kind of see the difference there, right? Between this one and that one. Just a little bit darker, right? Or deeper. So when I'm within the same color family, I don't worry about cleaning my brush off too much. I just kind of stick it in the water, shake it around, and then I pull it back into my next color. So I'm going to do red. Add some water, back and forth, swatch. Like that, okay? If you're finding that you're seeing a lot of marks, like a lot of texture, like thick, like it's like actual paint on the surface, that means you're kind of working it like an acrylic paint where you're not wetting it down enough and you're just getting too much of the actual goop, like of the paint on the paper. So that means add more water. If you're getting something that is super light, that means you're adding a lot of water. And to add a lot of water is not a bad thing because sometimes you just really need a light shade. But for the sake of creating a color swatch right now, we're looking for those mid-tones. So try to practice, having the amount of water that you need to create our mid-tones, right? So if it's super light, just add a little more paint to it. Okay, so going on to this violet. Kind of clean it off a little bit. I'm going to go into my blue. And then kind of shake off my brush a little bit more. Go into my light green. Oh, let's see. Adding more water when I need to. I'm going to add a little bit more green because that's a little light. Just want to see what it looks like with a little bit more green. Okay. So my swatch was very short. So I'm just going to go on to another sheet of paper. If you find yourself kind of running out, just use like the top edge of one of your practice sheets. I'm going to go to my next green, the deep green. Again, within the same color family. I don't really rinse my brush off too much or worry about it. Okay, so that one has like a deeper color to it. And then this is where I kind of make sure my brush is cleaner because I'm going to go into my white first. Well, we don't really need to swatch it, but because you probably can't see it. No, you can't see it. But you can kind of go into it to kind of wet it if you want. But yeah, I won't show up on camera at all. But so you can get a feel for it, go ahead and try it. Then I'm going to go into my yellow. So I'm going to do this golden yellow first. And then I'm going to do my cad yellow. Do you notice like they're super similar? Like this one is just has a little more hint of like red to it or like a, like a warm color to it. But it's interesting how it makes a difference when it's mixed in with another color and changes that color. So you'll notice that. Okay, so now I'm going to put my palette off to the side, to the left side here. You put yours to the right if you're right-handed. So I like to just keep my color swatch in front of me.